Elijah, I guess what are the feelings like for you this week, and how much are you looking forward to seeing a good bit of your old teammates?
On a personal level, I think it'll be just like playing backyard football with some of your best friends. I've had a lot of shared experiences with those guys on that roster. And I'm just excited to go over there on a waste trip, play against some of my best friends, and get a win. So I'm excited.
Elijah, Coach Roberts seems to have had y'all in good positions a lot this season to maybe overcome some depth issues and this and that. Just talk about what it's been like playing for him.
Yeah, it's been amazing just to play under his defense. Like I talked about earlier in the year, he's a guy that's going to allow us to do a lot of different things from my position and throughout the defense. And you see the turnovers are happening because of what we preach in practice. And I don't know, he's just a guy that knows how to call a good football game. So he's an old school football guy. He knows exactly what the offense is doing because he's seen it. So yeah, it's just fun playing for him, honestly.
You mentioned the turnovers. Just what is the key for 8 straight games to win the turnover force? What's been the key for that?
Just emphasizing it in practice, and he has something he called his havoc rate. TFL, sacks, QB pressures, hits, turnovers, and that we track throughout every single week. So just emphasizing that in practice allows us to do it during the game on Saturdays, and it helps when you got good players as well. So
we see it more often now with the transfer portal so abundant. But when you talk to your former teammates this week, is it no contact? You talk to them after the game. What's that like?
I've been talking to them since I left there, so I wouldn't think this week would be any different. Obviously, not sharing any too much details as far as the team, but just in conversation, checking in on each other, making sure we're both doing all right, or all of us are doing all right, and just general conversation. So,
have you seen any of those guys since you left Vanderbilt?
I'm trying to think. Well, not really. I mean, obviously I saw Mike Wright last week playing against him, so that was kind of a good tune up for this week. But I haven't really seen any of them in person since I've been over here. So.
Are you? I guess the stadium probably looks a little bit different than what.
I've heard the stories from seeing pictures and also just hearing from them. The stadium's unique, and I think for guys on this roster, I don't think anybody's played there before, so it'll be a different experience for them playing in that stadium. Just because we're used to there being all these fans here for us at Jordan Hare, which have the best fans in the country. It'll be a lot different playing there. Just got to have a professional approach going into it, honestly. I played in there, played many games, so it'll be different. But I'm still excited to go out there.
If it's like it is a lot of times, there'll be a whole lot of Auburn fans.
Yes, yeah. Usually, the away team travels well there, and it's like a home game, and it'll be just like that, this week hopefully, because I know the fans here love to travel and love us. So.
I like to go to Nashville too.
Yeah, exactly. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
Is it weird, I guess, to kind of when you're at Vanderbilt and you see it feels like a home game for some of the away teams sometimes to then be the away team in that kind of home game situation with the crowd on the road?
I kind of know exactly what to expect and know how it is, and I'm just excited because, like I said, I know how well our fans travel regardless of where it is. It just will be more prominent here at this stadium, particularly because just for other things that other factors.
You're obviously a lot more familiar with Vanderbilt and the roster than probably anybody else on this team, but they've had some really competitive games this year and made some big plays at times on offense. When you watch those guys, especially on offense, what stands out about them as y'all get ready for them this week?
Yeah, I think they're better than their record shows. They've had a little bit of a QB carousel there, just trying to find the right guy to be comfortable and not make turnovers, but they're talented. Obviously, the receiver, Will Shepard's pretty talented, and they got some guys on offense that can make plays. I just think, like I said, they're better than their record shows, and I'm excited just to, showcase what our defense can do against them. Nonetheless, though, I think it'll be a nice task for us to go over there.
When you were at Vanderbilt, was that deflating at times when SEC teams would come in and you look in the stands and not lacking gold?
Oh, wow. I mean, we're human, so yeah, in a way, you want to, run out there in the tunnel and see, 8,000, how many are in our stadium, a ton of people here, in your school colors, and I get that exhilarating feeling when I'm here, and I didn't really get that my previous school, so obviously it's a little difficult anytime you go out there and play and there's not a lot of people, rooting you on, but at the end of the day, football is football, so.
Did you and DK have a relationship going back to when he was there too?
So I actually hosted DK on his visit when he came to Vanderbilt, so I've known him for years now. I don't remember when he graduated high school, but he was a little kid, had braces, wore his varsity jacket. So I've known him. Yeah, so that kind of ages me a bit, but I've known BK for a long time. And fast forward here, as I'm here at Auburn, we've grown really close to become like honestly best friends. Him, myself, and Malcolm Johnson kind of hang out every day. So. Just being able to see his growth as a player and as a person has been nice, and I've known him for years. Like I said, hosting him on that visit, he still had braces and he wore his varsity jacket all throughout the visit. So it's just funny. Like if you know him, it's just hilarious to think about how far we've come. So.
What is the cutoff point for where you should no longer wear your varsity jacket?
Well, when you're a high-level recruit like him and everybody already knows who you are, especially, getting recruited at Vanderbilt, you probably don't need to wear it, right? Like, we know you're varsity letterman in wrestling and football and everything in between, but I don't know. We still joke about that to this day.
You're obviously the position you play, you're pass rusher. Yeah. That was a pretty good pass rusher for a DB.
Yeah.
How impressed are you when he gets to go on blitzes and cause havoc like you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, some guys just have like a knack for, making plays, and he's always had that. You look at, like I said, look at his high school tape, so I've known him for years. I know he can do it. He just, makes plays, whether that's catching picks, forcing fumbles, and, Coach Roberts does a great job of skewing him up as well, so allowing him to, come free and, make plays. So he just continues to do a great job of it. And I think he's better at it, than a lot of people because he just has a knack for the ball. So.